You saw Marty Supreme, I want to say back in January, if I remember the dates
I can
correctly.
tell you right now.
I think you saw it in January.
Hmm. Yeah, I can tell
And
you right now.
reviewed it somewhere around the middle of January, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I was gonna pull up when we did the episode.
Yeah.
So if
Oh,
people
that I
watching
know.
this,
That
oh,
that
so
was
when
like
was that?
January 13th or
There you
15th,
go.
or it was that week.
There you go. In
So,
case anybody want to go back and see that review.
right. So you said you didn't like it, and I thought to myself, "Wow, this thing sounds like it's all over the place. It sounds like there's a lot of randomness happening." And was I had wanted to see it, but I wasn't in a rush to see it after you gave your review. I gotta be honest. So look at how
All right.
influence
Let
works,
me let me just
because
tell them. Let me just tell them the dates if they want to go back.
okay,
So the original pod was January 13th. If you want to watch the whole pod, but if you just want to see the Marty Supreme review, that clip went out on January 23rd. So you guys can just look and you'll find it.
there you go. Thank
All
you.
right. So after hearing my review, you went to the theater thinking,
Well, after hearing your review, I wasn't gonna go see it.
okay,
I mean, remember, it's you gave that review 2 months ago at this
yep,
point, and I was like, I wanted to see it, but now I'm not in a hurry to see it because just doesn't. And honestly, I didn't know why. Timothy Chalamet is like really, and we're gonna have to talk about Timothy Chalamet later on this week, maybe tomorrow, but because that's a whole other conversation. You haven't seen the headlines with him the last few days? All
no.
right.
That's the last headline I saw was people were going crazy because he was playing Yu-Gi-Oh at some Yu-Gi-Oh tournament.
Oh no, he's some feathers have been ruffled by him.
Okay. Then we'll get
So
to
we'll
that
address that
another day.
tomorrow.
There you go.
We don't have the time to do it today, but we will address it tomorrow. He's got a lot. There are a lot of ruffled feathers right now.
Okay.
But anyway, so I wasn't in a hurry to watch it, but as you all know, I have been watching every single movie that is nominated for Best Picture at the Academy Awards, which, by the way, just in case you're wondering, it is coming up this Sunday. So I was like, okay, it's time to see Marty Supreme. I had already seen 8 of the 10 movies I was supposed to see. I happened to be out. I did not plan to see it when I saw it, to be honest. I happened to be out. And I was like, I'm in the city. Let me see if any of these movies are playing, and maybe I'll just go catch one. And there was a Marty Supreme showing in an hour. And I was like,
Perfect.
I gotta go now. Perfect timing. And I also want to say that Marty Supreme is still nearly selling out theaters,
Interesting.
which I think is really interesting because I looked at 2 different theaters. They were both mostly full.
Hmm.
I didn't really have much seats to choose from. In fact, I almost had to sit in the first row. The first row.
Oh, you was like this.
Yeah, I ended up. Okay, so I went to a really small theater. So there are only, I believe, 4 rows, maybe 5 rows in the
Oh
theater
man,
I
during the
was in.
ping pong scenes, you was like this.
Yes. To the point where I was nauseous. And then after a while, I was like, is it because I'm so close to the screen? It's like going to see a movie at the IMAX. It was
Word.
a lot.
First row is the IMAX experience.
Yes, it is. But I was in the second row, but um, it was fine. I struggled through it for the first part of the movie, but then I was fine. Anyway, the point here is I saw Marty Supreme, and I have a very different take on Marty Supreme than you
All right,
did.
let's hear it. Let's hear your take.
What I will say, what I do agree with is the movie was very chaotic. There
Yeah.
were a lot of different things going on. I mean, you listed them all between searching for a dog, trying to get to Japan, you're hustling people out of their money, the mafia, like this, that. There's a million things happening at the same time. A pregnant ex girlfriend or whatever she is, best friend, I don't know. I don't know. It was a lot.
That's what I said.
It was a lot.
And it was
But I was,
long.
and it was long, but
And it felt long.
honestly, it didn't feel long to me.
Okay.
It didn't
I
feel
could not
long
wait
to
to get
me
out that theater. It felt like 8 hours for me.
because you didn't like the movie. So of course you couldn't wait to get out of the theater because you weren't having a good time.
By the time, let me see, when I was like, all right, are we done yet? When we see Marty Supreme and his boy hustling people at the bowling alley.
You
By
were done?
then, I was at the bowling alley. Remember, they were hustling people
Yeah,
out of
no,
ping
I'm
pong
asking,
games.
you were done then?
After that, I was like, all right, so now we're going to Japan. Is it over? Is it time? No. Now, instead, we're going to lose a dog and have a crazy, weird fight situation and destroy a gas station. What? Yo, what are we doing? What are we doing?
The
At
dog
that
story.
point, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go pay the water bill. I'm not gonna miss anything. I'll be right back. I'm going to pay the water bill because they've already pissed on me. Let me go do what I gotta do.
The dog storyline to me was too drawn out. I will say that. I think that the
Well, the
dog
whole film was
storyline
too
was
drawn out. Anyway,
fine.
let me shut up. You give your take. Sorry, I'm
I
gonna
think
shut
the
up.
dog storyline was fine up until a certain point. I did not know that this dog was going to take us through the entire movie. That I was like, wait, I after they decided that they weren't going to return the dog when they were supposed to, or they weren't going to take the dog to the vet, I feel like that should have been the end of that. Like, even if the dog was just following them around for the rest of the movie, I don't feel like we need to try to get the money from the guy and all of that. I just felt like the whole dog storyline went on too long. I will say that. Listen, I liked the movie. It doesn't mean that I loved everything that happened. So just so we're clear, it wasn't a 10 out of 10 movie for me, but I liked it. I was entertained. I thought that Timothy Chalamet killed this role. I
Well, I
thought
said
he
that. I
killed
said
it.
everyone did an
You
amazing
did. You
job
said the
acting.
acting was
Yeah.
great. You did. I thought Tyler the Creator did great. I thought everybody just Kevin O'Leary, like everybody played their role. Gwyneth Paltrow.
I told you. Didn't I tell you?
You did. What's funny is that I did rewatch your review because I just wanted to make sure when I was before I posted what I posted, I wanted to make sure I watched your review. So I did watch the whole thing. Just so we're clear, I did rewatch your entire review. And when you were talking about Gwyneth,
Told you. Gwyneth was fucking.
yes, she was.
Gwyneth said, "I'm back at.
Man.
I need them. I need them to know that I'm here to act, and I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to act." Okay. Gwyneth said, let them niggas realize I'm still a sex symbol out here, okay?
Gwyneth was dropping them panties. Gwyneth was willing to give away her jewelry for them panties to get dropped, okay?
The crazy shit about this movie was everybody either loved or hated this kid.
Yeah.
But this kid could not get his life together. And I want to reiterate the same thing I said in the original review. The problem was not the acting. The problem was they probably could have cut out half this movie on the editing room floor.
Mm-hmm.
It was way too long. But finish your take, please.
Yeah, I didn't find that it was too long. Again, I feel like the whole dog story was too much. So if we take out that and it makes the movie shorter, great. That's fine. I'm always here for a shorter movie. But I didn't feel like, to me, I wasn't bogged down by, oh, what time is it? I tend to look at my watch a lot. Even when I'm enjoying a movie, I tend to look at my watch a lot. I didn't really do that. Because after a while, you've just been sitting there for a long time. And it's like, wait, how long have I been here? But yeah, I didn't feel that way about this. I was thoroughly entertained. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why I felt like he was terrible. Like he was terrible in every way. You know what I didn't like about the movie?
Him getting spanked with a paddle?
That was weird. I did not like that. I did not like the innuendo as it pertains to like race and all of that. I wasn't into that. That's probably, and that's why it's gonna lose points with me. The paddle thing was weird to me. I did not like that. Um, the race stuff, the Jewish slurs, I didn't like. I don't like stuff like that. That stuff
I
makes
mean,
me
I
cringe.
understood it, but it just like it was one of many things that just did not need to happen. Like,
Right. And that's the thing. I understood, you know, it's hard not to understand being from New York, being a black person. Like it's easy to get there. It's easy to understand why they took those liberties. I doesn't mean that I like to sit through that.
right? No, I get that.
Like I don't know that I was offended by it, but I was uncomfortable with it. And I
Yeah,
could have done without it. Didn't think it was necessary. I didn't like Tyler the Creator referring to Marty as nigga. I don't ever like that. I feel like he's not a part, and that's fine. It's okay. Y'all could be friends. There's nothing wrong with that. But
yeah,
I don't call white people I know nigga as a term of endearment. I don't do it. I don't
I
like
get it.
it, and I understand that people do it. Whatever. Um, but yeah, that, and maybe that makes me a prude. I don't know, but I just really did not love that element of it. I was like, this is not necessary.
There was just a lot of my point in my review was that there was a lot of unnecessary stuff in this film. Everyone acted their ass off.
They did.
But this was pitched to you as the movie of about ping pong. And this movie was not about ping pong.
I think the movie was about ping pong, but I think it's multi-layered. I think it's about ping pong, but I also think it's about the fact that this kid can't get his life together. And he's not reliable. He's always got something going on. He's
Marty Supreme in this movie, I don't know the real person, but in this movie, Marty Supreme was a scammer, a liar, and a scoundrel.
yes.
This movie, like I said in my original review, my beef with this movie is there's so much bullshit going on in this movie that you be forgetting it's about ping pong until 30 minutes later they remind you, hey, this guy still plays ping pong.
Yeah.
Like the
But
hotel fell apart.
I didn't understand why that was. I guess because we needed a reason to have the dog with us.
Just it's just
Yeah,
a
I
lot
agree. When
it's
that
just a
scene happened,
lot of nonsense in this movie. And it's like, is
what
this about ping pong? Because this is not about ping pong. This is about a scammer, scoundrel, broke kid trying to just continue to be a scammer, scoundrel, broke kid. Because that's all he really was a scammer in this movie. Again, I don't know the real guy and his story. This is a
Mhm.
movie. I'm talking about the movie. I don't want people to be like, well, the real guy. Da, 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 da. I don't know. I didn't see that. And if he got a
Right.
biopic that comes out, I'll watch that maybe. But this here was not about ping pong for me. I'm like every 30 minutes
Mhm.
they showed us ping pong to remind you, hey, I know a lot of crazy shit is going on, but ping pong is still here.
Yeah.
It's like I'm confused.
Mm.
Most of this movie had nothing to do with ping pong.
I hear you.
75% of this movie had nothing to do with ping pong.
I disagree because I feel like this movie was very much about him trying to get money, and he was doing whatever he felt he should have done to get money so he could go to the tournament. So you had to have that in between stuff in order for him to get there. And I think it made the point that he is a scammer, he is a scoundrel, and also homegirl. This is the last thing I'll say because I know we got to get out of here. But
The pregnant,
homegirl,
the pregnant also scammer scoundrel.
I couldn't. I was like, wait a minute. And he said it too, but you know what? It takes one to know one. He knew she was on some bullshit, and I was sitting there like, why are you doing that to that girl, Marty? And then you find out she don't even have a black eye. Girl, what?
He was like, just go home. Just go home.
Yeah, cause one thing I'm never going to tolerate is you pretending somebody beat you. What? No, girl. even Marty's baby? Because maybe it's not. And Fran Drescher, I did not expect to see Fran Drescher. That was surprising to me.
Fran was a great surprise. I didn't want to ruin it for
Yeah,
people who didn't see it. Yeah, Fran was a great surprise. Fran did her thing.
she did.
Um, yeah, Fran did her thing. Um, I was totally about to say something and forgot. Damn.
Sorry.
I don't know. I can't remember now. Anyway, yeah. It takes one to know one. And she was a piece of shit just like him. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Let me say something that people are not going to like.
Okay.
There is a segment of women. This is not about all women. But there are a group of women who, when they see a nigga got movement, when they see a nigga got shit going on, when they see that a man has ambition and hustle and is going places, they will leave their husbands, they will fake a baby, and they will do whatever they have to do to be in this man's proximity. I'm not saying this is all women. I just want to say it one last time. But there are a group of women who's like, man, that guy got some motion. Man, fuck this happy house. Let me see what's going on over there. And that's who Shorty was in this movie. Because
Yes.
if you really paid attention, she was cheating on her husband when they were in the beginning of the movie in the shoe shop. That was
Yeah.
not his girlfriend. She had a husband already.
Well, yeah, she was cheating on his husband when she was sleeping with him, too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's exactly the point I'm making. I'm saying she was giving it all up. She was risking it all to be in Marty's proximity.
She was. Yes. She
There
was.
are women who, hey, I know I got this happy home. I know shit
Yeah.
is sweet, but that guy right there is going places.
And some of them don't even need to be at a happy home. Honestly, I'd argue that some of the segment of women you're talking about, they don't need a happy home at all. They just really they just need to see the motion, as you called it, and that's it. That's
Yeah.
that's enough for them. They don't.
Yes.
It's not even about leaving what you got at home. It's just about, oh, I would never get with you if you're trying to hustle, but the moment you get on,
Right.
like when you in school or when you grinding and you doing this and that. And don't get me wrong, I think there's a bigger conversation here about meeting people where they're at, and also potential versus like actual real tangible work. That there's a whole deep dive we could do that we won't do, but yes, that does exist. There are opportunistic women out here. Not every woman, but yeah, there are also opportunistic men.
Oh, absolutely. But I brought it up because of the context of the film. Like,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
possibly faked the pregnancy. Well, she was really pregnant, but we don't.
She was really
We
pregnant.
don't know if it was Marty's baby, but she was very sure, quote unquote, in the film that it was Marty's baby,
It
right?
was
So it's
Marty's
like,
baby.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
cheat on my husband, I'm gonna get pregnant, and now I'm gonna risk that marriage even further by following this dude around when I'm like 7.5 months pregnant.
Yeah.
That's why I brought it
Yeah.
up.
No, I understand. Um, but yeah.
So, what
So
do you rate this movie 1 out of 10?
you're not gonna like this.
I already didn't like it, but I gave mine. People are waiting for yours.
I'm gonna rate this movie an 8.5 out of 10.
So this is your best movie so far, right?
I think I also gave Sinners an 8.5. I was gonna go back, but I didn't have time to go back. I believe I gave Sinners an 8.5 way back when Sinners first came out.
Yeah, I believe you did. I believe you did. So Sinners and
Those,
Marty Supreme are your top two so
those are
far.
my front runners. Well, I have not. I do have more. I have three more movies to
I said so
review
far. Yeah, I said so
before the
far.
end of the week. There may be a third in there, but what? Okay, here's the thing.
Um,
Here's the thing, and then
No,
this,
I love
and then we
this.
have
I'm
to go.
laughing because it's funny, but I also love it because it's great. This is part of why potting exists. Because these things are subjective and we're giving our opinions. And so my opinion is those two movies are not great. They're cool, but they're not great. They're both sevens to me. Sinners is a 7 and Marty Supreme is a 7. But to you, they're 8.5s. And this is what makes podcasting great.
But I've also seen the other movies. You haven't.
No,
So,
I'm only talking about those two films. I'm not saying about the
right.
rest, but I'm saying the ironic part to me is these two movies I saw, and these two movies are just regular ass 7s to me. But to
Right.
you, they're 8.5s, and that's great. That's
Yeah.
both funny and entertaining.
Because I'm also weighting them against the other films. And so I have to be able to say that something is better than another, right? If I think that Marty Supreme is better than One Battle After Another, I can't give it the same rating.
I don't agree with that, but I understand.
If I think that, I think so, because then where's my scale coming from? And honestly, I can come up with, or I know you have a rubric you like to use for movies. If you share that rubric with me, I will re-rate all of the movies. I
Okay.
will.
I haven't done that rubric in a long time, but I can.
But yeah, but I will. If I have no problem rating the movies on a real rubric, because I think that's important with something like it's 10 movies. I have to be able to say if I think most of them are sevens, I have to be able to say something. I don't have to think that something is better, but if I do think something is better than something else, I'm not gonna rate them the same. I'm not gonna rate One Battle After
I
Another,
understand
which
what
I
you're saying.
really did not like, the same way I rate something that I really really liked.
I think there's a difference in. I think when you're looking at a chart, right? Let's just say we were looking
Hmm.
at a chart. The end of the chart can both equal the same thing, and you can be good at different things, right? Like
Yes, that's true.
Marty Supreme could have a better story than
Hmm.
Sinners. And this is an example. I'm not saying it does or doesn't. Marty Supreme could have a better story, but it
Hmm.
could have dragged more, which brings down the rating. Or Marty Supreme could have not stuck to the genre it claimed it was, where Sinners definitely did. These are just examples again. So I think
Hmm.
even though the end of it is both 7, right? Like me and you could take a test, we both get an 85, but we got
Hmm.
different things wrong on that test.
Yeah,
Like question number 7, you might have done 100% correct, and question number 7, I did completely wrong. And so
that's
at
true.
the end of it, we both got 85 out of 100, but for
Hmm.
different reasons. And so that's the way I look at movies.
That's true.
Like Scream is a 7, Marty Supreme is a 7, but they're 7s for different reasons.
Okay, that's fair.
That's the way I look at it. I'm not saying you got to look at the way I look at it. I'm just explaining the way I see it.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. I also gave other movies that I thought were better. If we're going by what you're saying, then yes, it's true. There's other movies that I gave a similar rating to that I liked better than One Battle After Another. So that is not the only thing, but
Mhm.
it is a thing, I think. But anyway, that's my rating, 8.5 out of 10. I have not given any movies a 9 and I have not given any movies a 10 yet.
It's really hard to get a 10.
It's really hard to get a 10. I don't think any of these movies will get a 10, to be honest.
I mean, I don't think there's, if we had to sit down and say these are the movies that are 10s that we've seen in our lives, it'd probably be a really short list.
Yeah.
Because not many movies are a 10, and definitely not to the same people, right? Like your 10s would probably be very different than my 10s.